Tier 2 teams are joining VCT for play-ins, and this video will tell you their journey and what to expect. Play-ins begins this Thursday, and Tier 1 teams should be scared of the teams from Tier 2. I'm Kairo, a VCT caster. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Stick around to see which team I think is the team that everybody is sleeping on. Enterprise are by far the best team coming out of Challengers. They hail from the northeast region and are a behemoth in a small pond. Every tournament that they have entered, they have won, with the sole exception of Challengers 2, where they got put out 0-2 in groups. But at that point, they had already qualified to Challengers 3, so whether they had actually tried is another thing entirely. The scariest part about this team is the fact that they have already played officials against Tier 1 opponents. During EMEA Clash, they beat Carmine Corps, who they 13-3'd, Giant X, who they 13-2'd and 13-1'd, and also beat Foot, which was pretty convincing anyway in a 2-0 fashion. They are IGL'd by Alluri, who used to be on Mouse last year, alongside Lime, who also made the move with him. Two familiar players from VCT that fans might remember is Magnum, who was on BBL last year, and of course used to be on Fnatic as well, and also Patitech. The one that everyone needs to keep their eye on is Kozzy. He is the 16-year-old duelist for this team and is obscene. Kozzy made his Challengers debut on his birthday. This is how much Enterprise wanted him. He has ripped Challengers apart, and I'm excited about his future and what he can do in play-ins. The head coach is Itopata, who people will remember from Apex and from Leviathan as well. He is supported by assistant coach Shadow, who used to play under Itopata on Apex and also moved on towards Koi. The first game is against Fnatic. And if I'm being honest, the way that the Fnatic is being playing right now, I'm actually not too confident in Fnatic's chances in this matchup. Enterprise will be hungry. They have already dominated Tier 1 opposition who have not been performing that well. So I think honestly there's blood in the water for the Northeast Sharks. France have another champion representing them in Job Life, an organisation that has always found themselves at the very top of French Tier 2 Valorant. Although things haven't always been smooth sailing this year. It's very easy to see the names of Doma, Kamek, Runner, ex-Tier 1 players and think they have always been on top, but this was not the case. At the beginning of the year, Job Life struggled to get started in EMEA events, only winning 1 out of 4 matches, and that was against a MENA team called Stallions. This prompted them to drop Enzo, who was the IGL when the roster was formed, and pick up Unfake, who had just left Vitality after subbing in before Sayonara joined the team. The last player to make up this team should have been Chiwa, a very talented Sentinel player who actually was meant to be on BBL last year, but unfortunately visa issues once again denied him this opportunity. This time though, Paze has subbed in. Paze is another young duelist from Tier 2 that was on focus and was having a pretty decent year, but recently has stepped up his game. Excited to see what he does on the big stage. They start their campaign against Na'Vi, which I do favour Na'Vi in, if I'm going to be honest, because I expect Na'Vi to have fixed their attack side issues moving into play-ins. Another team of Turkish prospects has risen through the league and is ready to take on VCT. Fireflux, or as they were previously called, Reborn, started the year signed to S2G, but got dropped after an unlucky Stage 1, getting knocked out of groups by Mandatory, another Tier 2 giant. Although the decision was not a performance-related issue, but a sustainability issue with the organisation. The group decided to stick together and rise like a phoenix, reborn from the ashes of S2G. They beat Enterprise in their group in EMEA Challengers Stage 2, going on to win the stage and announced themselves as one of the favourites going into play-ins. People will immediately recognise IGL and Captain Batushnax from Apex last year. He is supported by veterans Deadink and Riazi, who people will remember from BBL 23 and 24. There is also 2 exciting rookies on this team, Hezekiah and Kachow. Hezekiah is a controller player who can quite literally control the game. His aim is second to none, but it isn't as consistent as the team would like. Kachow, on the other hand, is a duelist player that experts have their eye on. He can take the game into his own hands, but for this year he has mostly played Neon. We haven't seen Kachow on Neon post-nerfs, which does scare me about whether he can live up to what we expect of him, but I'm sure heading in towards play-ins, he'll show us exactly what he's made of. Fireflux or Reborn have Pacific as their first game, which could be kind considering that Pacific have not had the best of form right now. But it won't be a walk in the park, I think. I hope this team uses this game as a way to break in their individuals before they play against one of the better teams, as we expect Fireflux or Reborn to have progressed after this match. Dak has been waiting for this moment. Finally, a German team will be playing in Berlin, even though there is no fans in the arena. Never quite making an impact in EMEA, Eintracht Frankfurt ran through the gauntlet of last chance qualifiers to make it to EMEA Play-Ins. This recovery towards the end of the year I think is what makes them the dark horse of this EMEA Play-Ins, having Tier 2 veterans like Uzuri and Fizzy, ex-Tier 1 player and Monster, and also the last German to be on a German team in Tier 1 and Musashi. The big one to be watching out for is Jamalinho, a player a lot of teams wanted to have but Eintracht managed to get. He has a lot of firepower and experience at Tier 1 at this part in his career could be monumental for his future. Eintracht Frankfurt, also known as SGA, which stands for Sportgemeinde Eintracht, which means sport community in English, is a division of German football club Eintracht Frankfurt. They were able to use the facilities of the football club to boot camp, getting access to club facilities like sports psychologists, chefs, and gyms. I think this roster will surprise people. With Foot waiting in the wings, should they defeat Giant X, it's going to be an uphill battle should they want to reach playoffs. This is my first time doing a video like this on my own, so if you want to see more of this, give it a like and I'll hopefully see you on the next one.